Hi, so this is a video about diarrhea. What can you do when you have diarrhea? So first of all, you need to understand what is diarrhea and why you have diarrhea. So what is diarrhea? Diarrhea is a natural process of your body to get rid of something toxic for your body. Okay, so this is what is diarrhea. Your body is trying to evacuate, to eliminate something toxic or something that injures it. Okay, it can be something toxic like a toxic chemical, or it can be something that injures your digestive system, that injures your body in any way. It could be something difficult to digest. Okay, so this is diarrhea. Diarrhea is a natural process of your body to get rid of something. Okay, so it's actually a good thing. Okay, you don't want to stop your body of getting rid of something toxic for you. You actually want to encourage this process. It's always the same logic in naturopathy. We don't want to stop the symptoms. We want to support the body in the detoxification process. Okay, so this is what is diarrhea. And then why do you have diarrhea? Why would you have diarrhea? There are different reasons, but it could be because of food poisoning. It could be because you ate one of your food intolerances. It could be because you ate a food that is very difficult to digest, or it could be because of stress. Okay, so the remedies, the natural remedies I will list in this video, won't really address all of these root causes. So these remedies will help to stop your diarrhea, but you really need to understand why you had diarrhea in the first place, because that is the root cause of your problem. Okay, and you have to address the root cause. So let's say you have diarrhea because of food poisoning. So this is actually very simple. I mean, you can't do much about it. Try to eat good food, like healthy food from a good source. And yeah, that's the only way to avoid that. If you got diarrhea because you ate one of your food intolerances, what do you need to do? You need to know your food intolerances. Okay, so this is why in many of my videos and in my course on how to heal the gut, I really recommend people to do a food intolerance test. I have a video about food intolerances. I will put it here, but it's very important, in my opinion, to know your food intolerances if you want to heal your gut, because if you have food intolerances that you keep eating day after day, it will irritate your gut over and over again, and you won't be able to heal. Anyway, so if the root cause of your diarrhea is because you ate your food intolerances, you need to know your food intolerances, and then to avoid them, and then you need to heal your guts naturally, so you heal your food intolerances. Okay? If the cause of your diarrhea is because you ate a food that is hard to digest, so why is this food hard to digest? Let's say it's because you ate a salad, like raw vegetables. Raw vegetables are very rich in hard fibers. Hard fibers, like from raw vegetables, won't cause issues to everybody, but if it does cause issues to you, it's because your gut is sensitive. Why is your gut sensitive? Because you have gut issues like maybe SIBO, Candida, or maybe you took antibiotics. It can be many reasons, but yeah, you need to heal your gut so your gut is capable of digesting harsh fibers. And how to heal your gut, I have a whole video on how to heal your gut. Naturally, I will put the link up here. Okay, it could be also like whole grains and stuff like that, that all have, very tough fibers. And then if it's because of stress, we know that stress is one of the main causes of gut issues. Not only, issues with your intestines, but also stomach issues. When you have chronic stress or anxiety, it's really, really hard on your digestive system. So how to address that? You need to try to stay away from stress in your life as much as possible. I talk about that in many of my videos. And you can also use herbs and natural remedies that will help you handle the stress, okay, and help you to relax and to see things, to perceive things differently in your life. There are many things that can help you do that. Okay, now, what are the remedies I will tell you in this video? So, my first favorite remedy for someone who has diarrhea is clay. Okay, I have a whole video on clay. If I still have space here, I will put my video on clay. It's a very detailed video on clay, so if you want more information, please go watch that video. So clay is great because it will absorb the toxins that your body is trying to eliminate with your diarrhea. Okay, so it will support your body in the in its process to detox, and also clay will create like a protective layer in your digestive system to protect your gut, you know, from anything that could hurt it, anything that could irritate it. Okay, but I won't tell you all the benefits of clay because there's a long list. So again, if you are curious, go watch my video on clay. But yeah, clay would be my number one recommendation for someone who has diarrhea. Not only clay will absorb the excess water in your intestine, therefore it will stop the diarrhea just because it will absorb the water. So your stool will become more solid, like with a better consistency. But also clay will absorb also not only the water but also the toxins that your body tries to get rid of. Okay, so clay is great. When you are sick, when you start feeling sick, when you start to feel nauseous and you start having stomach pain, and you know that it will become diarrhea, like it's better if you start clay even before you have the diarrhea. Okay, as soon as possible. You take 1 teaspoon of clay in a glass of water. It's better if you let it sit a few minutes, 5-10 minutes, and then you mix, you stir with a wooden spoon or a plastic spoon, and then you swallow that. So as soon as possible. Or if you just started having diarrhea and it feels like, you know that it feels like it will be a bad diarrhea that will last for a while, yeah, as soon as possible you take clay. If 1 teaspoon is not enough, you don't feel any difference, next time you take clay, put 1 tablespoon in a glass of water. Okay, so you repeat that. You take clay every 2 or 3 hours as long as you still have diarrhea. Okay, so after the first glass of clay, if you still have diarrhea, 2 hours or 3 hours later, you take another glass of clay, either 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon if you feel that 1 teaspoon is not enough. And you repeat that the whole day. Okay, the next day you should feel better. Okay, and then you don't need to take clay every 2 or 3 hours the next day. Just take clay like 3 times a day, and that should be enough. And keep taking clay like that, like 3 times a day until you feel that your gut is fine and you don't have pain and you don't have diarrhea anymore. Okay, be careful with clay. It can constipate you, so listen to your body as always. And yeah, watch my video about clay, and I have also a detailed article about clay in my blog on my website, thecandidaslayer.com. My number 2 favorite remedy would be charcoal. So charcoal is very similar to clay, actually. Charcoal is great also when you have food poisoning or when you have any type of poisoning. Charcoal will also constipate you if you take a lot of it, but less than clay, because clay will swell up. It depends which type of clay, but if you just use like the regular type of clay, like green clay, it doesn't swell up too much, but it still does swell up. By the way, be careful, don't use sodium bentonite clay. Use calcium bentonite clay, because sodium bentonite clay really swells up like way too much. So when you know that you will take lots of clay, don't take sodium bentonite clay, take calcium bentonite clay. Okay, or take charcoal. Charcoal is great. It will have the same benefits as clay. It will absorb the excess water in your stool, and it will absorb the toxins. So it's great. The only difference, I would say, like that would make me prefer clay over charcoal is that clay will also create a protective layer on your gut wall and in your digestive system, whereas charcoal doesn't. Okay, so charcoal can irritate your gut a little more than clay. So again, you need to understand why did you have diarrhea in the first place. If it was because of irritation, charcoal won't really be a good solution. I would prefer clay in that case. But if the cause of your diarrhea was food poisoning or any other type of poisoning, then charcoal will be the first choice. Okay. So for charcoal, you take 1 or 2 tablespoons. So more than what you take with clay, 1 or 2 tablespoons of charcoal in a glass of water. You don't need to let it sit. You just stir in your glass of water and you drink it. And then, same as clay, you repeat it every 2 or 3 hours as long as you still feel sick. Okay. And same as for clay, the next day you don't take as much. Okay, you take less. You take charcoal like 3 times a day, and you repeat that until you feel fine. Okay. I will make a video about charcoal soon. I don't know when yet, but I will soon make a very detailed video about charcoal. Okay. Another remedy that you can use, a natural remedy, would be a gel. So a gel that can be aloe vera gel. I love aloe vera gel. I have 2 videos about that on my channel. I will put the link of one here where I show how to extract the gel from the aloe vera leaf. So aloe vera gel is great. There's also marshmallow root gel. There's also slippery elm gel. There's also chia seed gel or flaxseed gel. These 2 last ones are not my favorite because the pieces of the seeds can actually irritate your gut. So I prefer the other ones I just said before. What these gels will do, they will give consistency to your stool. They will bulk up your stools in your intestine. Okay. Also, these gels will be kind of anti-inflammatory. They will relieve inflammation. It's like if you have a cut on your hand and you put like a gel, it will really help soothe the irritated skin. So that's what it will do in your digestive system. And also aloe vera gel in particular really helps repairing the tissues. Okay. If you put it on your skin or if you swallow it, it will help repair the damaged tissues in your gut, in your intestine or wherever. Okay, so the gels are really great. You can actually take both clay and one of the gel, or both charcoal and one of the gel. By the way, regarding clay and charcoal, don't take it with meals. You have to take them outside of meals and between meals. Same for the gels. Okay, and the last remedy I wanted to talk about is not my favorite. Is really if you don't have a choice, like if you have to stop diarrhea fast because you don't have a bathroom nearby, or I don't know. But yeah, the last remedy would be tannins. Okay, herbs rich in tannins. That is to say that you would do a herbal tea with one of those herbs rich in tannins. There are many herbs rich in tannins. The richest would be oak. So the like oak leaves or the bark of oak, of the oak, the leaves or the bark, they are very rich in tannins. So you need to put it in boiling water and you cover it and you let it boil you let it simmer for like 15-20 minutes to extract all the tannins, and then you drink that. So why will it stop your diarrhea? It's because tannins tightens the tissues and dry out anything. So it's the reason why when you drink something rich in tannins, you will feel like you have a dry mouth. That's the sensation, when you drink red wine. That's because of the tannins. You feel this kind of dryness in your mouth. That's because of the tannins. So yeah, red wines has tannins, but it's not a good idea if you have diarrhea. Alcohol wouldn't be a good idea. But yeah, so oak is the richest herb in tannins. By the way, it will also work if you have bloody diarrhea because it will tighten the tissues, so it will stop the bleeding. Okay, there are many other herbs, as I told you. There are you can use the leaves of raspberry bushes. You can use the leaves of strawberry bushes. You can use the leaves of the blackberry bush. There are many herbs rich in tannins. You can also use rooibos. It's like a famous tea, a herbal tea that is harvested in South Africa. If you've heard of it, rooibos. It's rich in tannins also. So if you let it simmer in water for long enough, it will extract all the tannins. So tannins is not my favorite remedy because it will stop the symptom, it will stop diarrhea, but it won't address in any way the root cause, and it won't stop the inflammation. Like, it won't help with the inflammation of your digestive system. It won't help with the toxins. It won't help with anything except it will just stop the symptom. That's why it's not my favorite remedy. Because again, why do you have diarrhea? You have diarrhea because your body wants to get rid of something. So you don't want to stop this process of diarrhea. If your body wants to eliminate something, you should help your body eliminate something. You should not stop it. And stopping it is what tannins do. It stops it, but if your body cannot eliminate what it needs to eliminate, you will keep inside the toxic stuff. So this is why it's very efficient, but it's better if you use the previous remedies I listed before trying tannins. Okay. All right, this is all for today. I hope this video will help. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.